hardscaping. Hardscaping. X1. Alright guys. X1. Alright guys, we just got another beginner. Let's see what we got from this beginner. X1. Alright guys, we just got another beginner. Let's see what we got from this beginner. Let's see. Nothing good. On to the next one. Guys. X1. Alright guys.
Let's see. Oh, we need more clue scrolls. I only got one beginner, like. Pepperoni. This man can't stop the fishing grind. What's up, Dusty? Welcome to the stream, mate. Welcome to the stream, mate, Dustin. There, sir, you gained a subscriber. do you feel? Oh, it's you, bag. Oh, it's goody. What's goody? Is the music volume good? That's crazy. This 23 mil. Bro, there's 74k each? What's... I'm probably just checking. Let's see. 74k when... Don Julio. $149 mil plus the looting bag, which is another 42 mil. HD graphics on.
From Geico Subconscious News, I'm Tammy Racing Thoughts, broadcasting place.
Bruh. Welcome guys to the stream. Open up plastic bed. Don Julio. Maybe like 16. Another one, 3K. I don't know. That card you can sell for like 4K. We'll buy it. Well, at least you can go whenever you want. Oh God, it's a $20 play. Broken gems. Takes me 4 months to get 2K. 7. Yeah. Here should be. Good old days.
Maybe we'll make one. Yeah.
Got no time to waste on niggas who ain't see the vision. I'm cooking up, I feel like Ramsey like I'm in the kitchen. I feel like Hawkeye in this bitch, I hit it with precision. I had to make a few mistakes, I made some wrong decisions. I came from nothing, I didn't even have a pot of pissing. Boy, I never gave a fuck, I never lost my interest. I keep it pushing, never been the type to set up limits. Boy, this shit is in my nature, I don't need permission. I got no time to waste on niggas who ain't see the vision. I'm cooking up, I feel like Ramsey like I'm in the kitchen. I feel like Hawkeye in this bitch, I hit it with precision. I had to make a few mistakes, I made some wrong decisions. I came from nothing, I ain't even have a pot of pissing. Boy, I never gave a fuck, I never lost my interest. I keep it pushing, never been the type to set up limits. Boy, this shit is in my nature, I don't need permission. I feel like Kodak, I've been living with my tunnel vision. Chalk survival to the grace of God and intuition. Post-traumatic stress and soda can't be in my feelings. I'ma get up, get this paper, ain't no time for tripping. Bleeding out, the more I move, I throw me losing feeling. I'm a hot boy from Miami, climbing, never chilling. I'm from the snappers, lemon pepper, yeah, I'm from the city. From Little Haiti to the hammocks, boy, I run the city. Yeah, real nigga shit. Walking in my hoodie, sun is beaming, gotta keep my blood. Always in that mode, working hard like I'm an immigrant. Opposition always in the choker like I'm cinnamon. Live up, I'm the filament. Muscles, I'm the ligaments. Bring it all together, every talking like I'm really him. Struggle, I'm the discipline. Sugar, I'm the insulin. Get me out my pivot, finna blow up nitroglycerin. Yeah, finna ride out when the sun's out. Pop out, nigga, I'm a top dog. Pipe down, nuking competition, little nigga, I'm the fallout. But my competition, I ain't never need a tap out. Dark days, no food, water with the lights out. Never lost my hunger like an intermittent fast now. Law night.
I seen an Iceland, bro. A whole island, bro. Big as fuck, nigga. Nigga, they were selling that shit for like 400K, nigga. In Nicaragua, bro.
Where's your playlist taking you? Down the highway? To the mountains? Or just into daydream mode while you're stuck in traffic? With over 4,000 hotels worldwide, Best Western is there to help you make the most of your getaway. Wherever that is. Because the only thing better than a great playlist is a great trip. Life's the trip. Make the most of it at Best Western. Book direct and save at bestwestern.com.
What's up, exhaust addict? Custom wheels on it. And there's that giant muffler, as you guys can see. There's a regular Kona end muffler. Then it's a coupe. Sexy. After, so that's what a Cadillac CTS-V muffler looks like. What's up, exhaust addicts? I just want to let you guys know that we're recording. All right, take it easy with that. Take it easy with that.
this was a ceiling fan. this out. In the new Mustang GTD, you can see the active push-rod suspension through this window. And what's cool is when you're driving it, you can tilt the rear view mirror down to see the suspension move through the.
Tatoya. Why is he Tatoya? Tatoya. Why? Tatoya. Why is he Tatoya?
How much money do you have right now?
Enough.
What number with commas in it for you is enough?
So my mother once said, never tell anybody how much you make or how much you have, because there's only two possible reactions. If they make more than you and have more than you, like you do, then they don't care. If they have less, they're going to be envious. So, I have enough.
How much money do you have right now?
Enough.
You the real Ghostbuster? Huh? Are you the real Ghostbuster? Sure. Where'd you get this thing? How much was it? I'm gonna put a $400 hand on blackjack. If I win it, I'll buy it off you. On rain bet, ready? 18 against the 3. Hit or stand? That's the stand, right? Let's go for it. I got the cash.
Well, that's what I paid for it. That's how much I paid for it.
How much? I'll give you 10 grand for it. You the real Ghostbuster? Huh? Are you the real Ghostbuster? Sure. Where'd you get this thing? eBay. How much was it? $1,500. I'm gonna put a $400 hand on blackjack. If I win it, I'll buy it off you. On rain bet, ready? 18 against the 3. Hit or stand? That's the stand, right? Let's go.
You know this gentleman here? You don't know? He owns a truck. That's your boss. Well, are you intoxicated? Wow. Take your hands out of your pocket while you talk to the police, okay? What a mess you got yourself into, because by this truck being running, you could technically be charged with DUI of a commercial vehicle. You can say bye-bye to your life.
Deal's so good, we had to call it Bravo-tacular.
Everybody. Squeeze Benz finally broke and face. Today, I'm going to break down exactly. He's got pretty wild questions, but not gonna lie, the theory's face. exactly what happened to him, clear up all the rumors, and explain what the video he posted from jail actually means for the squeeze and swim community. Because there's way more to this story than most people realize. But before we dive into the different theories on what happened, let's watch the video he just posted. Also, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this.
What's up, everybody? I'm about to be home real soon. I can't wait to get out of here. Make sure you guys go follow all my platforms, Mr. Squeeze, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitch, all that. So I'm about to be home, make a detailed video about what's going on with this situation and what's going to go on when I go home, so just stay tuned.
So, back in April 2024, Squeeze Benz was still posting regularly. High-speed drives, playing with the cops, the usual stuff we expected from him. Then suddenly, he vanished. But it wasn't just that. His crew, the Squeeze team, went quiet too. Everyone was confused, and even his haters were wondering what happened. Well, that was until the rumors started to spread. Some people claimed he got arrested, and they had proof. The first major rumor that took off was this grainy video showing some guy in a Corvette getting arrested on a parking lot. The quality was kind of bad, and you couldn't even see the driver clearly. But still, people were absolutely convinced this was Squeeze Benz getting busted. That video spread like wildfire across all social media platforms, and you even had thousands of comments saying, "They finally got him," or "Told you this would happen." The video was being reposted everywhere with captions like "Squeeze Benz arrested" and "End of an era." But here's the problem with this theory. Nobody could actually verify it was him. The video was shot from a distance, it wasn't good quality, and the person getting arrested wasn't even visible. You couldn't see his face or hear his voice, which means it literally could have been anyone getting busted. But what made this rumor stick was the timing. This video surfaced around the same time Squeeze went quiet, so people connected the dots, even though there were no actual dots to connect. However, despite having zero evidence, this video got millions of views and convinced tons of people that Squeeze was actually caught. It wasn't until the real arrest announcement that people realized this video had nothing to do with him. In fact, the guy in that video actually managed to escape, but got unlucky, and was caught by police in a second encounter shortly after. He went by the name The Stolen Z06, and was later identified as 21-year-old Carlos Clark. In that second encounter, he was arrested and hit with multiple charges for reckless driving and running from cops. Police even found drugs, guns, and cash when they searched his place. Ironically, despite his nickname, the Z06 playing from cops. Ironically, despite his nickname, the Z06 wasn't actually stolen. But you know what might be even more upsetting than a stolen car? Getting into an accident and having no way to prove your innocence. Especially with all the swimmers out there, you never know what could happen. And that's where Vantrue's newest dashcam models come into play. Their N4 Pro captures everything in crystal clear 4K quality, including front and rear cameras, so you're covered from every angle. It's got excellent night vision, parking mode protection, and built-in GPS tracking, ensuring you have rock-solid evidence no matter what goes down. And for those of you that want to spend a little less, they've also got the E1 Pro, which also delivers excellent 4K recording quality with all the essential features you need to stay protected on the road. Just trust me, with the way people drive these days, a dashcam isn't optional, it's essential. Check out the links in the description to get 5% off your order in case.
You don't need to smoke, you don't need to smoke.
Your pops didn't hit the blunt for the first time?
Look at him.
What? Did you see that in hell, bro? Yeah, I was about to say, that's low-key professional. That hit him back. Es tu primera vez viéndolo hacer una canción. ¿Cómo es viendo tu hijo que hace canciones es su trabajo?
Me siento feliz. No me gusta que está sufriendo por lo que él está pasando, pero son cosas de la vida y que él está sobresaliendo solo y me siento orgulloso de él.
Suede is giving away toys for the Christmas drive, and look at how long this. Look at everybody with the Parkside baby. Man, that's crazy. Look at us. The line wraps all the way around. Look at everybody right here.
What I'm asking you right now are, what actual steps can we take to have a permit right now to make sure these kids and these families leave with the toy today? They want to shut us down, you feel me? We see people at the park chilling, vibing. We want the.
Yeah, I am. I'm still do it.
Bro, man, this is
finally getting out of the hood, bro.
Is this shit fake, bro?
No way. Oh.
Fuck with that fake ring, man. Basically, today's the last day here. This is where I grew up at. This is what made me. 351 Gentry Street, nigga. Gentry boy. 800 block. If you know, you know. This shit hurts, nigga. Like, I know I should be happy that I'm alright.
Yeah, you're finally getting out of the hood, bro. I'm honestly, I'm glad to know that you're getting out.
Yeah, I know it's a good thing because I'm moving out the hood. But then again, it's like
so many memories.
I just pulls up, nigga, like right here in the front of the gate. One time, nigga, they pulled up right here with a gun out, like that, nigga. And we were all smoking right there, nigga.
Yeah.
We couldn't do shit.
Yeah.
That nigga was about to boom, boom. He just changed his mind. That nigga like, and nigga just went back in his car and just left.
For real? So he was about to let it off on you?
Just to look fly my first performance. Oh yeah, well today performed for the first time. Before, bro, they're like, oh, you been practicing? I'm like, nah. I feel like I could just do it. I know y'all seen me skate. I'll be any rapper and skate. That's right there, the middle of HP. Damn, I feel nervous. I ain't gonna lie to you. Kinda wanna lag on it.
You just gotta get it over with.
I feel nervous. I never performed before, and every time I never wanna go nowhere, it always ends up being a good day. From a jail buzz to a tour buzz and all that coming soon. I never graduated high school or nothing, so I never.
The man.
Google Play Points unlocks a world of rewards, and you're probably already earning them. Go play.
Same old phone? Nah.
What's up, everybody?
Sorry for me again and again and again, but I feel good though.
You got honest.
What you about to get?
You heard a Parkside logo I made sweet. Maybe like 3, 4, 6 months ago. Maybe like 9.
Each and every member of the family.
Two.
What's up? I noticed every punch. I appreciate you. Go with my. Let's stack right when you come out.
Back to the bay.
Damn, how you feel?
It's crazy, fool.
Hey, yo, I've been a Super Max. You feel me? East Max, Twin Towers, Old County, all that. I ain't never had a problem. I'm a real homie, real big homie. Feel me? A real student. Keep it 100. All you gotta do is go in there. Understand it's a gangster party. You go in there, you do your time. You know what I'm saying? Your name is called. You raise your head up. You have to do business assault. You have respect because you with nothing but real ones around you, just like yourself. It's a program time. You feel me? You wake up, roll that mattress up because it could get active. You feel me? Work out with the homies, spread with the homies. Handle your business and do what you gotta do. You feel me? If you're a real one, it's all freedom, it's all Gucci. All that about, oh, you know, you famous, you coming up, you an athlete or whatever, you gotta hit PC, man, that's all garbage, homie. Ain't no PC right here, homie. If you a real one, you can walk the GP, general population. You can walk the main line. Hey, yo, I've been a Super Max, you feel me? East Max, Twin Towers, Old County, all that. I ain't never had a problem. I'm a real homie.
We heard you're a picky eater.
Very.
Very picky eater? What is
I might be the most pickiest eater you ever meet.
I'm a picky eater. I'm a
Really? Like how picky?
I don't do any vegetables.
Never done a vegetable.
Never done a vegetable.
Never done a fruit.
I understand vegetables. I don't really like vegetables, but fruits?
I'm telling you, man, I'm picky. I don't eat hamburgers. I don't eat fish. I don't eat steak. I don't eat tacos.
What's your like favorite? What's a good meal for you?
Pizza.
Really?
You're on the right spot.
We heard you're a picky eater.
Very.
Very picky eater.
Rent a car from our newest fleet yet. Your real car never has to know.
You got honest.
Sorry for me again and again, but I feel good though. Feels good to be back though.
This information that I'm about to disclose is an information that should not be out in the open. Or info that shouldn't be addressed to the community. Because, to be honest with you guys, there really was no reason to disclose what yard Money Sign Suede was in, period. And another thing, in CTF, they don't call it yard, they call it facility. However, we will call it yard so that the homies don't get confused and whatnot. Now, Salinas Valley in the back, that one is called A, B, C, D, and E yard. But over here in the training correctional facility, they call it facility. And that's just how it goes. Now, a brief history on the facility Money Sign Suede was housed in. True? So A and B are non-designated.
Sorry for me again and again and again, but I feel good though.
What's up, everybody?
Squeeze Benz finally broke his silence, and what he said will make a lot of people mad. If you've been following the street racing scene for the last couple of months, you know that Squeeze...
Não se envolva, porque isso aqui não é brincadeira. Não se envolva, porque isso aqui não é brincadeira. Nós tem pra falar que vai morrer polícia se vir tentar peitar nós.
How many people have you killed? This is me with one of Brazil's most wanted gangsters in the largest favela in the world. Welcome to Rocinha. Through the course of 2 days, I was able to get access to one of Rio's largest gangs, Comando Vermelho, and befriend a few of their soldiers who are so dangerous they cannot even leave the favela. Lots of strange things happened to find myself on top of Brazil's largest favela, in a destroyed house, interviewing gang members of one of the largest gangs in Brazil. To be let into the favela, I met with our first tour guide at the bottom to learn the inner workings of the favela, and you guys will be shocked to see how this turns out in the end. Yeah, we got our guide right here.
What's up, brother? How
We're
you?
going in. What
All
can we
good?
expect to see today here inside of the
You're gonna see
favela?
the best part of Rocinha, definitely. Here people are so cheerful, people are kind. I'm sure you're gonna have a great time, man.
Inside these favelas, it says on the news and stuff that police can't go in, or like these are separate economies outside of regulated
Safer
economies.
than outside, man. Safer. Safer because here in favela people don't rob because people respect the rules of the favela. So here we are safer than outside.
Really, what are the rules of the favela?
You cannot rob, you cannot abuse child, you cannot beat your wife, you know, like this kind of things. Yeah.
When people talk about favelas, they say it's like the most dangerous places in Brazil, though, like with gangs and trafficking. and...
All the favelas in Rio have gangsters. This is not something new.
So what are the dangers of the favela then?
I mean, you cannot make videos of gangsters, you know, definitely not.
I knew that Fernando was not going to be the contact to get us to the gangsters, especially when he said this when we were messaging beforehand.
Bro, to be quite honest with you, there is no way you can film the gangsters, otherwise you will be in trouble. You're gonna see the guys holding guns and everything, selling drugs, but this area you cannot make.
However, I knew I needed a guide to enter in because as soon as you enter the favela, you're accounted for by the gangs. Tourism is also part of the gang economy. So these people right here, they don't pay taxes to the government, they pay taxes to the gangs. Yeah. The government essentially has no control over the favela.
They don't.
What would happen if the police did show up to the favelas though?
They don't do anything, they got paid off by the gangsters.
We're heading up to the top of the favela right now. In order to get up to the top, you have to take a moto taxi. Look, all these moto taxis right here are all waiting to take people up to the top. They say in the favelas you can get the best viewpoints in all of the city because of how high these are. It's interesting because typically, if you're living on the hill, that's a location where the rich people would live inside the United States. But here in the favela, I guess it's, but here in Brazil, I guess it's a little bit different. Oh. Oh my gosh, we got oncoming traffic coming right here. Boom, we're out. Now you have probably one of the best lookout spots in all of Rio here inside this favela. You can see the Christ the Redeemer statue. What's life like here in the favela? Como é a vida aqui na favela?
Aqui é tranquilo, é boa, é de boa.
The higher you go up here in the favelas, is there more gang control the higher up, or is it just like...
They're all over. All over. What? I mean, you mean like the gangsters? They are all over the favela. Yeah. They take control of the whole area.
How did these communities start here inside of Brazil?
This favela started in 1960. So basically many people from the north of Brazil were coming to get new opportunities of job because on the north of Brazil it's hard to get a good job and raise family. So I would say that 70% of the favela are people that came from the north of Brazil. So they started there living, the farming, working. The favela was a farming of coffee, you know, when it started. So many people from the north were coming and working and raising their family. That's why you see a lot of mixed people inside the favela.
Do people here pay taxes, or are they accounted for from the government, or how does that work?
They pay taxes for the gangsters.
So they don't pay taxes to the government, they pay taxes to the gangsters?
Yeah. Inside the favela, like if you have like local business, you gotta give a quantity for the gangsters. Me as a tour guide, I pay a tax for both of you inside the favela, the local tax.
Really?
Yeah.
So just to bring
If
us
I
in
don't
here.
pay, I cannot work.
So just to bring us in here today, you had to
Yeah,
pay
yeah,
gangsters.
yeah.
We then headed up to a social project to see what life is like for some of the kids inside these favelas, and then to see the favela from the top. Wow, you can see it clear right here.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Whoa.
It's massive, right?
How many people are actually living in the favela? On the internet it says 70 to 100,000. How many people do you think actually live here?
I think around approximately like 200,000 people, approximately. People who live in the other side of the favela, right there, the houses you see close to the mountain, to get there on top, people have to walk. There is no streets where the cars, the motor can go inside, you know? So you see there, written street 1, a guy getting out and a woman going in.
Yeah.
So this area there is where people start to walk all the way up. So only stairs inside, no streets.
How easy is it for kids to get into the trafficking of drugs?
It's really easy actually. I mean, the guys, they are not going door to door recruiting anyone, but these guys, they have a lot of influence in the favela, like in the music, in many aspects of life in here, because you grow up seeing this kind of things, you know? You grow up seeing lots of guns, you grow up seeing people doing drugs all the time, so it's really easy. And they have this brainwashing through music, so it's really easy to get a teenager and get them involved in this kind of life. So it's really dangerous to raise a family inside the favela.
So far, there were no signs of gangs, but that was about to change. You see, gangs here in Rio aren't like gangs in other cities. It's a part of everyday life for the people here. In fact, on Brazil's news, you have forecasts not just for the weather, but to see what gangs are in control of which area as they continue to battle for territory. I'll explain more about the gangs in a little bit, but now it was time for me to see these gangs in real life. To go deeper inside the favela, you have to go through these little alleyways in order to get more inside. We're going inside this alleyway right now. Here we go, Fernando.
Sorry, Nick, from here you cannot make video.
Why can't we film inside these?
Because of the gangsters, unfortunately.
The gangs are inside of these alleyways.
You cannot film and make videos or photo.
So we gotta take the camera down in order to go deeper inside, but I'll be bringing it back out in just a moment. Can I film in here?
No, never.
No?
Never.
How come?
Don't put me in trouble, bro, please.
Oh, okay.
There are a lot of gangsters, and don't do that. Otherwise, they will take you to the top of the favela and you will stay.
You know what's smart? Dinner on autopilot. Eat smart with Factor.
Felicidades, pa.
Un auto, un clásico.
No es mucho.
Relax, pa.
Really? As we were walking in the alleyway, we came across two gang members with tables just like these, selling everything illegal you could think of in the middle of this alleyway. We made it out of the alleyway and headed into one of the homes. All right, now we're going inside of one of the houses here. Can I fly my drone here?
No, here in the favela, bro. Pay attention. Nobody can bring their own drone and make a film. We have the guys here that work inside this place doing the video drones.
Oh,
They are
okay.
hired by the gangsters. It's everything. It's like controlled.
Okay, at the beginning of the video you said it's not dangerous here, there's not too much gangsters, but...
No, it's not that it's dangerous. You cannot bring your own drone and make a video drone by yourself.
Yeah, just everything's controlled by the gangsters.
Exactly.
Even though I can film in certain places here inside the favela, the gangs still control quite literally every aspect of life here inside the favela. For instance, just to come in here, our guy had to pay the gangs just to let us in, and for to go to certain spots, he also had to pay gangs. And then if I want to fly a drone, I'd have to pay a gang member. Certain alleyways I can't film in because I'd have to pay a gang member, or I'd put the gangs at risk of showing what they're actually doing. In a sense, the gangs extort and control every aspect of life here inside of this favela. These gangs, like for instance, this alleyway right here, between this building right here and that building right there, there's an alleyway. You can't even realize that there's an alleyway there just by looking at it, but there's an alleyway. Inside of there, there's gangsters. What are they doing that's so illegal that makes it so you can't film inside these alleyways?
Oh, sometimes they are selling drugs. Most of the times there is a place where they sell drugs, the table full of drugs. Sometimes they make security. Yeah, it's a routine of the gangsters.
What's the main drug here?
Weed.
Weed.
Weed and coke.
I learned something interesting in Portuguese.
Yeah.
Pão means bread, and pau means Dick. Eu não gosto pau. Fernando gosta pau.
I'm gay, man. If you haven't noticed, just...
Oh, yeah. We're in a different alleyway now. For some reason, we can film inside this one, but the other one we couldn't because of the gang.
Deixa eu ver se eu tenho algum trocadinho aqui pra dar pra vocês. Let them pass, don't film them.
One, we moved inside of another alleyway, pulling the camera out now, because I want to show you guys how crazy these alleyways are. I mean, just so much is going on inside of this one frame right here. You have literally hundreds of wires coming from this side, people coming down right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 houses just behind me in this shot alone. And these alleyways just get smaller and smaller as you continue to go through. How many people live right here?
In this alleyway, oh my God, hard to say, but more than 300, probably 500. Only in this alleyway, because there are families inside of each room, you know.
It's cool, we're just walking outside, just a soccer court. Out of the houses appears. Gosta futebol? Ronaldo or Messi?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
E Neymar or Ronaldo?
Neymar.
With how powerful the gangs are here inside of this favela, do a lot of kids start wanting to become football players and then eventually make their way into gang life?
Absolutely, absolutely. This is the sad part of the favela, because sometimes they don't have the support of the parents. They be on the streets, and the only way to get money is becoming a gangster.
Funk music here in Brazil is very popular as well. You start clapping and they start singing. Prestos? So much going on here. Lose my breath playing football out here. Between hiking up these favelas, playing soccer, I've lost my breath. I think I need some Coca-Cola. And now let's keep moving along here. Gosta morar na favela?
Sim, muito bom.
What's your favorite part of living in the favela?
Meus amigos e o futebol naquela quadra que você foi.
Get whatever you want. Compra o que quiere. All right, he's gonna get some Doritos. Oh, he's loading up. This kid's loading up. He sees the opportunity, he's taking it. He's getting some Doritos, some king-size chocolate bars. Okay, another king-size chocolate bar?
Una coca.
Mira todo.
Sí.
Look, he knows exactly what he's doing.
Mucha cosa. Amigo, muito.
Our time with our guide was over and we didn't meet any gangsters. However, we acquired a lot of knowledge about the inner workings of the favela. And because we had already paid our tax for being inside the favela, I messaged a favela rapper to meet with to take us deep inside of the favela. So we're going back up with this guy right now. We're heading back to the favela rapper. To meet with to take us deep inside of the favela. So we're going back up with this guy right now. We're heading back up to the top of the favelas to go to one of their studios. And just like that, we were making our way back up to the top of the favela. One of the gang members was spotted. We're gonna take down the camera. Oh, okay, no film. We made it into the rapper studio, and if you want to see more about the life of favela rappers, subscribe to the channel for an upcoming video with Brazil's most famous funk rappers. And I knew we were in a different territory when I asked a kid if he'd rather be a rapper or a football player, and this is what he said. Are there more kids that want to become MACs or football players now with the rise of funk music here in the favelas?
Pô, aí é difícil. Porque é muita coisa. Muitas crianças querem ser muita coisa. Que é uns que quer como, né? Quer ser bandido, quer ser do crime. Para o bagulho. Mas não. Tem alguns menorzinhos que é assim. E tem alguns menores também que sonham também ser jogador de futebol.
A weekend here on
You deserve the best. At Harbor Freight, you can afford it. We design our own tools with...
What's up, everybody?
Squeeze Benz finally broke his silence, and what he said will make a lot of people mad. If you've been following the street racing scene for the last couple of months, immediately identity and location to get him arrested. Still, the accusation
famous Richard went viral for trying to steal guns off of cops. But what his TikTok followers didn't know is that famous Richard had deadly ties to the streets. And he posted the whole thing on some case was allegedly still low mom DMs where he was going back and forth with famous Richard on IG and his cousin Lil Pop. Famous Richard also dropped a diss track on Quando and rapped, "I'm from the..."
Now, if you were faking mental and neurological disorders, get attention, and it's ruining people's lives who actually suffer from this issue. What's this? What she probably saw the Sydney Sweeney jeans ad.
That was rough. You end the video here. Subscribe.
Yeah. Man. There's a subreddit called Fake Disorder Cringe, and it's full of people like this women who are faking seizures. Wait, what is this?
So DID stands for dissociative identity disorder.
Wait, what? Who are faking cringe, and it's called fake. Man.
Subscribe. Bro.
Jeans ad.
That was rough. You end
Saw the Sydney. What's she? What's this? Yeah. Man. There's a subreddit called this women. What is this?
So DID stands for dissociative identity disorder. The system name is just a way to refer to ourselves collectively. How did you learn that you had all these? Either through my own realization.
You decided it.
Or having friends who have them and then helping me realize.
TikToker constantly fakes disorders for clout. Potts Faker says she's more educated than medical profession. Oh my god. Older brother has a feigning disorder. Look, I'm gonna be real. I think this is something that happens a lot. I'm trying to think if I should go there. It's all white people doing this. 95% of it's white people. The reason why is because they're looking for a way where they are a victim. It's a self-marginalization. I saw this the other day. 64% of white liberals have been diagnosed with a mental disorder. Create a fake victimhood cult on something like that. And so they invent these disorders in order to contextualize that and make themselves feel better about their lives.
The main boss was decapitated, and they were playing. The main boss was decapitated, and they were playing basketball and with his head.
Mexico just opened a new prison, and details about what is happening in there are extreme. From decapitations to taking the number 2 with no tissue paper right next to where you sleep. In this video, I have some of the most brutal details from this prison. Let us begin. Inside Mexico's most extreme prison, where hope goes to die. They call it the end of the road, but that's too generous. In Mexico, just miles from the US border, lies a prison so extreme, so psychologically destructive, that even convicted cartel assassins, men who've hacked enemies to pieces with chainsaws, have begged not to be sent there. A place where the walls do more than hold criminals, they erase them. Welcome to La Mesa, not a prison, a punishment.
Total anarchy.
The more corrupt, the better for me.
Behind bars is a struggle just to survive. And only the strongest will survive.
And now Mexico just took it a step further. A brand new ultra-isolation wing, exclusively for the most dangerous cartel bosses. Men who once ruled cities, now locked in rooms no larger than a walk-in closet. No visitors, no phone calls, no light, no escape. But here's the disturbing part. La Mesa didn't always look like this. In fact, it used to be called El Pueblito, or the Little Town. Why? because inmates ran the show. We're talking shops, restaurants, even brothels inside the prison. Cartels weren't just thriving, they were recruiting, killing, and conducting business right from their bunk beds. What changed? One man. Since 2014, director Cesar Daniel Ramirez Acevedo has ruled La Mesa with a level of control that would make North Korean wardens take notes, and under his watch, the Mexican government has quietly converted La Mesa into what is effectively a human filing cabinet. Stack them, isolate them, and erase the man before the sentence is even up. But why now? Why is Mexico doubling down with an even harsher supermax system for cartel inmates? Well, that's where this gets dark, because the answer might not just be about justice, it might be about revenge, or worse, control. But first, let's go back to where it all began. Tijuana, border city, Sin City, and one of the most dangerous places in the Western Hemisphere. Drug routes, illegal crossings, and cartel turf wars have turned this party hotspot into a powder keg of death and desperation. And when things go wrong, they end up at La Mesa,
Tijuana, Mexico, just over the U.S. border. Weapons go to Mexico, drugs to the U.S. A battle that rages on with no end in sight.
At the center of this chaos sits the new ultra-restrictive wing of La Mesa, Section 6. The prisoners here aren't just dangerous, they're leaders, shot callers, men like Francisco, who once tortured rivals for sport. His new reality? A dark, airless concrete box with no soap, no toilet paper, and barely enough water to survive.
Commander Flores continues his hunt for rioters in Section 6. Their risk potential, extremely high.
The air inside the isolation unit is described as suffocating. Mold spreads across the walls like cancer. Inmates are forbidden from even seeing the sun, some for months at a time. This isn't rehabilitation, it's something else entirely. It's a calculated system to break the inmate before the sentence ends. And if you think the guards are in control, think again. According to former hitmen who served time in prisons like these, the real power still lies with the cartel. Guards are often forced to look the other way, or else.
The ones that are in charge are the inmates and the cartel that runs the prison system. For every prison that there is a cartel behind it.
Let that sink in. This isn't just a war on crime, this is a war within the walls, and the strategy is brutal. Inmates from rival cartels are forced to share space, just close enough to breed tension, but not close enough to resolve it. This results in an emotional and psychological standoff that rarely ends well. Cartel enemies side by side for years. No wonder La Mesa has had multiple full-scale riots. One insider describes a massacre where 14 inmates were slaughtered in a single night, and the main cartel boss beheaded. And yet, Mexico has decided this place needed to be even tougher. Why?
I ended up getting in maximum security, and the riot popped off right 2 weeks when I was in there. There was 14 people killed. The main boss was decapitated, and they were playing basketball with his head.
Some believe it's because cartel influence has outgrown the streets. They've corrupted police, politicians, even judges. So now, the government is retaliating the only way it can, by stripping their power inside these walls. But here's where it backfires. Inmates like Taylor Elliott Howard, who aren't cartel members, are thrown into the same hell. He didn't traffic drugs, he was accused of stealing a car, and now he's sentenced to 9 years in what many describe as psychological torture.
The living conditions here is terrible. I'm a combat veteran. I'm a United States Marine. I've served in the Iraqi war. I'm decorated. Over there, I'm a hero. Over here, I'm a villain.
And the isolation is complete. American inmates say no one speaks English. There are no interpreters, no calls to family, no visits. They lock you up and throw away the key, Taylor says. He's not exaggerating.
Pretty much what they try to do here is they'll lock you up and throw away the key.
And if you're sick, good luck. Taylor claims that 9 inmates on his tier alone have died simply due to untreated illness. That's not hearsay. That's survival roulette. And this raises the question, is Mexico reforming its justice system, or is it hiding its failures behind thicker concrete? Later in this video, we'll explore the shocking transformation of La Mesa from a cartel-run village, complete with clubs and restaurants, to the lockdown fortress it is today. We'll show you footage from inside El Pueblito and introduce you to inmates like Dolores Sanchez, who lived in both versions of the prison and can't decide which was worse. Because what's more terrifying? A prison where inmates rule with guns and drugs, or one where the state rules with silence? The year was 2002. And what happened that year at La Mesa wasn't just a prison reform, it was a declaration of war. The Mexican government razed the old facility, bulldozed the makeshift shops, shut down the inmate-run nightclubs, and declared that from now on, the state, not the cartels, would be in charge. But power doesn't vanish, it mutates, and in this case, it adapted to survive inside La Mesa's new blueprint: tightened surveillance, reduced yard time, inmate movement monitored down to the second. Commander Mario Antonio Mesa Flores, responsible for daily operations, knows this dance all too well. His day starts with searches for homemade weapons, drugs, even fans turned into heating coils.
This involves patrolling the prison and raiding cells.
We're mainly looking for weapons and substances like drugs and tobacco.
But make no mistake, the violence didn't leave La Mesa, it simply moved deeper underground. One inmate, Francisco, admits openly, "I used to have an amazing life, money, family, women, but in here, you fight for water, you fight for air." He's not exaggerating. Inmates get access to showers and toilets for only a few hours each day. The rest of the time, it's just concrete and silence.
I used to have an amazing life with my family, my kids, my wife, a girlfriend, and I had plenty of money. Things were good. I didn't know what it was like to go hungry, as I could always afford to buy everything. Here in prison, you don't tend to get enough, and it's usually awful.
Then there's Dolores Sanchez. She's been inside since 1999, over 2 decades. Back then, she could walk freely, own a small business, even hire staff. Today, she's a prison nurse, delivering meds in Block 7. But the freedom she once had, the kind granted by cartel control, is gone. We used to be able to just open ourselves and go wherever we wanted. Now there are no drugs, no alcohol, and no corruption anymore. Sounds like progress, right? Except that the price of control is being paid in mental decay, medical neglect, and institutionalized hopelessness. Inmates are rarely allowed outside. When they are, it's a highly choreographed affair. Guards open one cell at a time. Inmates are marched. A forced punishment, 3 years without privacy, basic hygiene, or
I feel like I have everything I need now.
Down there, like when I whistled, he'll know.
I like how you walk, I like how you talk, I like how you stuff them bands in the vault. If you fucking with me, girl, you must be lost. Girl, you ain't got a front, I know what you bought, I know what you bought. Working with the tags on, check what it costs. So baby, to Trish should be moving like pray for a play down, stop swimming circle.
The U.S. Department of State is re-announcing a reward of up to $5 million for information leading to the arrest and/or conviction of Yulan Adonai Archaga Carillas.
Yulan Archaga escaped court with help from his gang. Ryan Wedding went from Olympian to drug lord, and El Mencho's cartel operates in all 50 states. In this video, I'll expose 9 of the most dangerous gang leaders still active in the US in 2025. Yulan Adonai Archaga Carillas. In the hierarchy of international terror, few names carry the weight of fear and respect like Yulan Adonai Archaga Carillas, alias Porky, or Alexander Mendoza, likely the highest-ranking MS-13 leader in Honduras. Born on February 13, 1982, in the violence-torn streets of San Pedro Sula, Honduras, this 43-year-old man has transformed from a street-level criminal into what federal authorities consider the most significant MS-13 leader impacting United States operations. Standing just 5'5" and weighing approximately 160 pounds, this unassuming figure has built a criminal empire that spans from the mountains of Honduras to the inner cities of America. Despite a reported capture in Colombia in February 2025, official US sources confirm he remains at large as of July 2025. What makes Archaga Carillas particularly dangerous is not just his position within MS-13, but the sophisticated nature of his operations. He is accused of directing drug trafficking, money laundering, and violent crimes, including murders, with significant significant influence over MS-13 operations in the US. His criminal enterprise operates like a multinational corporation, complete with supply chains, distribution networks, and enforcement mechanisms. While based in Honduras, Archaga Carayas is believed to significantly influence MS-13's activities in the US, including supplying firearms, narcotics, and cash to MS-13 members operating in the US, facilitating the importation of large quantities of cocaine into the US, and ordering murders of rival gang members. His escape from custody in Honduras in 2015 marked the beginning of one of the most intensive manhunts in Central American history. The FBI has prioritized capturing Archaga Carayas since his 2021 indictment, placing him on the 10 most wanted fugitives list with a $5 million reward. This reward, offered through the U.S. Department of State's Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs under the Transnational Organized Crime Rewards Program, represents the federal government's acknowledgement of the existential threat he poses to American communities. The violence associated with Archaga Carayas extends far beyond simple drug trafficking. In February 2020, he escaped from a courthouse in El Progreso, Honduras, with the help of approximately 20 armed men, resulting in the deaths of 2 police officers, 2 military officers, and 1 presumed MS-13 combatant. The designation of MS-13 as a foreign terrorist organization has provided law enforcement with additional tools to pursue Archaga Carayas. Effective February 20th, 2025, MS-13 was designated a foreign terrorist organization under Section 219 of the Immigration and Naturalization Act, and a specially designated global terrorist under Executive Order 13224. This designation acknowledges what victims of MS-13 violence have known for years, that this organization operates more like a terrorist network than a traditional street gang. While Archaga Carayas' gang resorted to killing police officers, the next gang leader is so dangerous he has a $3 million bounty on his head. Giovanni Vicente Mosquera Serrano. Giovanni Vicente Mosquera Serrano, alias El Viejo, stands as a senior leader of Tren de Aragua, a Venezuelan gang designated as a foreign terrorist organization. Born on February 22nd, 1988, this 37-year-old Venezuelan national has risen through the ranks of one of South America's most feared criminal organizations to become a primary target of U.S. law enforcement. The story of Mosquera Serrano is intrinsically linked to the rise of Tren de Aragua itself, a gang that originated as a prison gang in Venezuela's Aragua state and has evolved into a transnational criminal organization. What began as a prison-based protection racket has expanded into an international criminal enterprise with tentacles reaching deep into American cities and communities. Mosquera Serrano is implicated in orchestrating Tren de Aragua's criminal activities, which have a direct impact on the United States, including drug trafficking, specifically charged with conspiring to distribute and distributing cocaine in Colombia, intended for distribution in the US. But his criminal portfolio extends far beyond narcotics, encompassing virtually every form of organized criminal activity known to law enforcement. The FBI's recognition of Mosquera Serrano's threat level became official when he was added to the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives list on June 24, 2025, as the 537th fugitive, marking him as the first Tren de Aragua member on the list. The U.S. Department of State's Transnational Organized Crime Rewards Program offers up to $3 million for information leading to his arrest and/or conviction. What makes Mosquera Serrano particularly dangerous is the multifaceted nature of his criminal enterprise. Tren de Aragua, under his leadership, is involved in human trafficking, weapons trafficking, extortion, and violent crimes in the U.S., including brutal murders, forced prostitution, and kidnappings. On April 8, 2025, a federal grand jury in the Southern District of Texas issued a 5-count superseding indictment, charging him with conspiring to provide and providing material support to a designated
You're losing thousands of views by ignoring them. I was stuck at 300 subscribers for a year, even though I was posting every week.
Most people think hell is just fire and brimstone, but Jesus painted a picture so terrifying that even hardened religious leaders trembled when they heard it. In fact, there is a reason Jesus talked about hell more than heaven in the Gospels. He saw something so catastrophic, so eternally devastating, that he couldn't stop warning people about it. Every single day, approximately 150,000 people die worldwide, and according to Jesus' own statistics, the majority are heading to a place of unimaginable torment. But here's what's truly disturbing. Many of these people heading to hell are also those who once sat in church. They listened to the gospel and even heard about Jesus, but had no personal relationship with him to the standard he wanted. Today, you're going to hear exactly what the Son of God said about hell, and it's going to leave you speechless. From the moment someone takes their final breath and their soul separates from their body, if they haven't accepted Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior, they immediately find themselves in a place that is so terrible that no words can describe. In Luke chapter 16, verses 19 to 31, Jesus tells the story of the rich man and Lazarus. This isn't a parable. Jesus uses actual names and describes real events. When the rich man dies, he immediately finds himself in hell, and the first thing he experiences is torment in flames. But notice what he says, "I am tormented in this flame." The Greek word Jesus uses here is basanizo, which means to torture, to vex with grievous pains, to torment. This is the same word used to describe the most severe forms of physical and mental anguish. The rich man isn't just uncomfortable, he's experiencing torture that never ends. Think about the worst pain you've ever felt in your life. Maybe it was a broken bone, kidney stones, or the agony of losing someone you loved. Now imagine that pain multiplied by 1,000 and never stopping. No relief, no medication, no unconsciousness to escape into. That's just the beginning of what Jesus described, but here's where it gets even more horrifying. The rich man begs Abraham to send Lazarus to dip his finger in water and cool his tongue because he's tormented in the flame. 1 drop of water. That's all he's asking for. Just 1 tiny drop to provide a moment's relief from the burning agony. And the answer is no. Abraham explains that there's a great gulf fixed between heaven and hell, and no one can cross over. This reveals something absolutely chilling about hell. It's not just the physical torment, it's the complete and eternal hopelessness. In this life, no matter how bad things get, there's always the possibility that tomorrow might be better. In hell, there is no tomorrow. There isn't even a clock to tell you what time it is. On earth, you can in most cases share your worries with 1 or 2 people, and you feel better. But this isn't the case in hell. There's only the crushing realization that this torment will never end. Jesus didn't stop there. In Matthew chapter 8, verse 12, he described hell as outer darkness where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Outer darkness describes a darkness so complete, so absolute, that it's beyond human experience. This isn't just the absence of light. It's a darkness that can be felt, that presses in on you from every side. Imagine being trapped in absolute blackness, so dark that you can't see your own hand in front of your face, while simultaneously being consumed by flames. It's so dark that you can't even see what your next neighbor is going through. The weeping and gnashing of teeth that Jesus describes isn't just crying, it's the sound of souls in absolute pain. It's the sound of someone who has lost everything and realizes they will never get it back. The gnashing of teeth represents rage, frustration, and the physical response to unbearable pain. But perhaps the most terrifying aspect of Jesus' description is found in Mark chapter 9, verses 43 to 48, where he repeatedly uses the phrase, "where their worm dieth not, and the fire is not quenched." The worm Jesus is referring to isn't just any worm, it's the maggot that feeds on decaying flesh. In hell, these worms never die, and they never stop consuming. This means that in hell, people experience a constant state of decay and corruption, being eaten alive by worms that never die, while simultaneously being burned by fire that never goes out. Jesus is making it crystal clear that the fire of hell never stops burning, never runs out of fuel, never dims even for a moment. Now, here's something that will shock you. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 7, verses 13 to 14, that the majority of humanity is heading to this place. He said, "Enter ye in at the strait gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way, that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Because strait is the gate, and narrow is the way, which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it." The word many means the greater number, the majority. Jesus is telling us that most people, not just the really bad ones, but most people, are on the path to hell. Right now, as you're listening to this, there are people in your family, your workplace, your neighborhood, who are heading toward this unimaginable torment. And most of them have no idea what's waiting for them. In Revelation chapter 14, verses 10 to 11, John describes the fate
For those who want more out of every moment this summer, Mazda has more 2025 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus awards than any other brand as of May 2025.
And he shall be
What more could you
tormented
ask
with
for?
fire and
Discover
brimstone
how Mazda
in the
has more to
presence of
move
the
you
holy
today.
angels,
Visit
and in the presence of the
IIHS.org
Lamb,
to
and
learn
the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night. Notice that phrase, no rest day nor night. In this life, even in the worst circumstances, we can find moments of relief. We can sleep. We can find distractions. We can hope for better days. In hell there is no rest, no sleep to escape the pain, no distractions to take your mind off the torment, no hope for anything better. But here's what makes it even more devastating. Hell wasn't created for humans. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 25, verse 41, "Depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels." Hell was designed for Satan and his demons. When humans go there, they are entering a place of punishment that was designed for beings far more evil than they are. Think about that for a moment. If you've ever been somewhere you didn't belong, maybe wearing the wrong clothes to a formal event, or being in a place where everyone else was much more qualified than you, you know how uncomfortable that feels. Now, imagine spending eternity in a place designed for the punishment of the most evil beings in existence. The loneliness in hell is beyond description. In Luke chapter 13, verses 27 to 28, Jesus describes people being cast out, saying, "There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth when ye shall see Abraham and..."
I can't believe people still eat this stuff. I can't believe people still eat this stuff. This is how they apparently make the sausage and egg and cheese biscuit at McDonald's.
You're gonna open the biscuit. You're gonna lay your cheese on there. Then the sausage go next. Then you're gonna get your folded egg. And this is how we make a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit at our McDonald's.
I can't believe people still eat this stuff. This is how they apparently make the sausage and egg and cheese.
I can't afford to run this game. It's costing me money to run it. I'm going to have to shut it down. And I really didn't want to shut it down because I'd spent, well over a year making it by this point. Poured everything into it. It was really popular. There's probably about 600,000 people playing it by this point. And really didn't want to shut it down. So a bit of an emergency. So the first thing I did was trying to save money. I moved back to my parents' house in Nottingham. We actually used half of our parents' kitchen, so Mum put a curtain subdividing the two separate bits of our kitchen together and turned half of it into an office. And then we spent about 6 months working for our parents' kitchen.
That's passion right there, guys. That's why this game is good. These passionate people quitting their work, moving home to save money, working on it every single day. Goodness, that's how you win, guys. And W parents for believing in them, because maybe at that time it was hard to believe them,
This setup is crazy.
Watch what happens when Charlie Kirk... Watch what happens when Charlie Kirk speaks the name of Jesus to this Satanist.
Looks like we have a Satanist to begin. Yeah. In the name of Jesus, I repudiate this unclean spirit. Was that your question? Jesus is the way, the truth.
The reason you feel temptations for certain things and certain sins is very specific to what you're supposed to do.
Man explains why the devil attacks the thing you were made for.
If you have the urge to smoke or damage your lungs, it's because your voice was made to worship. The enemy's trying to silence you that was meant to praise. If you have insecurity, it's because you're meant to lead in the
textures.
The reason you feel temptations for certain things and certain sins is very specific to what you're supposed to do.
Man explains why the devil attacks the thing you were made for.
If you have the urge to smoke or damage your lungs, it's because your voice was made to worship. The enemy's trying to silence you that was meant to praise. If you have insecurity, it's because you're meant to lead and inspire. If you weren't dangerous to darkness, it wouldn't try to mute your confidence. If you have constant distraction and procrastination, it's because you carry strategy, vision, and ideas from heaven. The enemy delays you because he can't stop you, only you can. If you have an addiction to lust or pornography, it's because you carry a deep capacity for intimacy, covenant, and healing. Perverting love is how Satan prevents true restoration. The reason you feel temptations for certain things and certain sins is very specific to what you're supposed to do.
Man explains why the devil attacks the thing you were made for.
Textures are.
Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Rebuking demons is what we do. The blood of Jesus wins the day. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus.
Yeah, that's done. You're done. You're done. Cops is coming. Cops is coming. Please, call the police, now!
How we doing, sir?
Wake up.
Give me 2 seconds. Nope, okay.
Notice you don't have a plate on your car.
No, I do not. I'm filming right now.
You what?
Did you see me out there driving with it?
You had to have gotten here. That's illegal.
That's illegal?
Yeah. Blocking your plate? Yeah.
But I wasn't out on the road with it.
You were just parked in this parking lot the whole time?
Just got here, and I flipped it up. I got here, flipped it up, got gas.
Donate plasma today.
Yeah?
You ready for this? Hey, bro, don't do it. Dude, don't do it, bro. I'm telling you right now.
This man found out he got cheated on, and what he forces the cops to do is heartbreaking.
This is what you fucking wanted. We can talk it out. No, we can't. Why can't we talk it out? Do it for your daughter. Do it for your daughter. At least do your research. Okay. My daughter. I don't have a fucking daughter. Okay, then I'll try. This bitch cheated on me from school. Alright, fuck that guy. But I need you to realize something. Fuck that guy. This is what I want to do to him. Just drop it. But I'm going to do it to you or him. You guys decide. Drop it, dude. I don't want to shoot you. Stop. You don't want to shoot me? Then why the fuck are you doing this? Because you have scissors, bro.
The officers tried their best to de-escalate, but the man was still furious.
You decided that. I gave you everything. I gave you everything. And this is how you fucking repay me. Have you shot anybody? Is there anything I'm doing wrong to get you mad? No, you're not doing anything wrong. Today's gonna be the day. You do not know the struggles that I went through. This is how it ends. This is what you wanted. My fate is sealed, my guy. I am rock bottom. There's absolutely nothing you're gonna do here. You ready for this? Hey, bro, don't do it. Dude, don't do it, bro. I'm telling you right now.
I'm just curious, what's the price on that rig there? So you got the LSWs on it.
Yep.
Is this what's on Big Bud? Or just a little smaller?
It might be, yeah.
What's the horsepower rated? What's the rate on this rig?
So when you take a look at the horsepower of this one, so 775. Yeah.
Well, how many bushels can you get out in a day with this?
Ooh, so we had some customers, when you look at 7,200 to 7,500 bushel an hour, so times a 10 to 12 hour day, and you can put some bushels through it.
I'm just curious, what's the price on that rig there? So you got the LS.
I take this money, I got bills, I pay my car note, I give it right back to you. Then I gotta pay my rent, I give it right back to you. Don't that mean I'm working for free? I'm sorry.
This disturbing clip shows a man exposing the system, but the craziest part, years later, he became a cult leader.
I just want to understand this real quick. I own my own salon. The building is owned by some realtor. I call them up, I pay the realtor. Who gave the realtor the money to get the complex that I'm gonna own my business in? The bank. But I got my own business. I pay my rent to the realtor. Who pays that? To the bank. I'm getting this money now, but it's still going to the bank. And then now, cause I own my own business, I got bigger bills. It's a rat wheel. The people that print the money don't need money. They need control, power. They need you to be doing what they need you to be doing when they need you to be doing it. Cause the bank has a system where anytime you got this money, it owns the money.
Rent a car from our newest fleet yet. Your real car never has to know.
What if you could taste the movies?
We turned that idea into an $11.3 million business with Wix. One movie night, we were craving this chocolate cake that we...
What if I told you they dull your spiritual senses and they open doors? Some games are out trap. Not all video games are bad, but some games are out there. They're not just a waste of your time. They invite demonic influence. They dull your spiritual senses and they open doors you never meant to open. In this video, we're going to explore the spiritual warfare behind certain video games and how they affect your soul and what you can do about it. This is not about legalism. This is about discernment and spiritual victory. The first thing I want to highlight is that entertainment is not all neutral. In 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 23, Paul says, all things are lawful.
What's up, Maggle? When too much work bogs you down, Asana helps you handle it. AI makes it easy to hand off routine tasks and stay focused on important work. That's how work gets handled. Visit us at asana.com.
Troy finally got me some bugs. Check me out, man.
Man, this right here, this pure Detroit hustle.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to yet another episode of the Maxed Ultimate Iron Man series, where I attempt to fill as many collection log spots as possible. Starting this one out on 1,212. If you guys remember from the last video, I mainly did a bunch of Hydra. I did 1,000 total kills. Managed to get the Claw and upgrade my Zami Hasta into the Lance. So that was a huge upgrade. I am still looking for the leather there, so I'll be going back to that soon. I just wanted to take a little bit of a break to do some other stuff. I also went through some of the miscellaneous log. I got the zombie helm and the mask of renewal as well. So I went and set myself up for the next grind to do the volcanic mine log. In terms of the gear setup, this is what I'm going to be going with to start out. I'm going to try to do this without stamina potions because of the recent agility changes and see if that's possible. If not, I'll just go take them out of my looting bag and add them to my inventory. But trying my best to maximize my prayer bonus. 49 prayer bonus here, so I can use as little pray potions as possible. 32 kilograms though on the gear. I don't know if I'm going to be running out of run energy or not, so we'll see how that goes. 3 out of the 4 drops in here I can buy from the stock, and I'll show how much points you need for those. It's only 200 for the volcanic mine teleport, which is only one run here. I'll be able to get that after I'm done with this first run. The other 2 items though, the large water container is 10,000 and the ash covered tome is 40,000. So those 2 combined 50,000 points. I think with the method I'm using, I'll get about 12,000 points per hour. So I'll be able to get both of those in a little bit over 4 hours. So like I said, first run done, I'm needing 408 points per run. So I can go ahead and buy the first item, being the volcanic mine teleport here. And that's going to be the first log slot. I have the 50,000 points I need to get the large water container and also the unlock fertile soil spell. So let's go ahead and buy both of these. So there is this one unlocked, and also make sure I buy the right thing here. The fertile soil spell unlocked. 2 more collections into the log. So the editing on the first few clips might have been a little bit weird. I went through and cut out everything, basically talking about the broken dragon pickaxe. I was going to go for this originally. It's like a 30-something hour grind to get it on rate. I did like 5 hours of this, and I decided it's incredibly boring and I don't want to do this right now. So I'll explain the method I'm using for volcanic mine to get points a little in the future when I come back for this. There is one more thing that I want to do before heading.
Oily, shiny, dry, and tight. Yep, it's me, your combination skin, and I'm...
What's going on, guys? My name's Theoatrix, and welcome to my updated level 1 to 99 fishing guide. Training your fishing is essential in progressing your RuneScape account. A range of important quests have